white girls that like black men have a certain look to them. Like, I know that black men be loving the snow bunnies, and I know they like Latinas too, but they love their snow bunnies. And if you notice, they have a certain look to them. Like, if you can call that something, what would you call it? I'm not gonna say no more because then they're gonna come for me, but
I was waiting for her to like give a definition of what they look like.
Nah, bro. She was just saying.
I don't know that I can say that they all have a certain look to them.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know what you're talking about?
Nope. I mean, usually when they say snow bunnies, they're just referring to the other persuasion.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But
White girls.
To me, they don't really have a look other than, what, maybe blonde hair?
Do they really be blonde like that?
I was going to say, but then again, that's not necessarily true either, because I've seen quite a bit who are not. Mm-hmm. So
some of them tend to be a little bit thicker.
Maybe.
But I don't think that's across the board, though.
Yeah,
they tend to be a little bit thicker, but I think black men tend to gravitate towards thicker women in general.
Right.
I also would have to say, I don't know about the whole black men love snow bunnies type thing. Just because black men and women dominantly date black men and women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vast majority, marriage, dating, whatever. We date each other more than anything else. I have no clue what she talking about. Yes, they love Latina women. They do. Mm-hmm. Black men do tend to love Latina women, but they still end up with and date seriously their counterpart more than Latina women as well.
Well, I mean, I feel like that makes sense, though. I feel like that's any nationality.
They all do.
Yeah.
They all nationalities do.
You're more so going to gravitate to people who look like you.
Yes. And there's shared experience, shared morality, shared background. All of that stuff makes for being equally yoked. I saw a great thing on being equally yoked, and I cannot remember it or how far back it is, because that would have been great to put in there. I don't know. I just thought that was a silly one that came up on my line, and I was like, hey, you know what? We gonna react to that one.
Let us know what y'all think, though. Is there a certain look for snow bunnies that maybe I'm just missing? Do you know of a certain look other than like the Thickums side? But like you said, that's not a universal. It's not a universal thing.
I think that it's more based on how they were raised than anything.
Because I'm thinking, like, when I typically see that, I tend to see that more in the entertainment space.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But
like
as far as
athletes. You know what
definitely.
I mean?
And there's a reason why that's happening. You know, those women get more access to those types of guys.
They're around.
They can get there easier. Yeah. But also, I will say that one thing I see specifically between black people and white people, even though
brown people and peach people. Or Caucasian.
She's trying.
Nobody walk around this color. Where's my black? And nobody, most people are not this dark, okay?
Yo,
or have you?
Look,
and
she tries to be color.
Caucasians,
she tries to be color correct. Our cabinets
ain't none of them walking around this color.
Our cabinets, ain't nobody look like our cabinets. There's a reason why she does that, because of the interpretation of black and white in certain texts. And things of that nature. She tries to do that because she believes that was intentional, as do I. So here's the one thing that I can say about the white-black issue, because a lot of people really have issue with the fact that there are black people who date white people and vice versa. A lot of times those matchups happen because of a shared background of some kind. A lot of times you'll see that the black person who goes with the white person, they grew up in a white neighborhood. Or the white person that goes with the black, they grew up in a black neighborhood. And it's just, you date more often than not the people who are around you. Do you always end up in that situation? No. With the rise of the dating and the dating market the way that it is now, you're seeing that less and less, which I actually think is a problem. But the reason that you see that is because there's some type of familiarity. You'll also notice that those black people don't talk black, quotations. They talk very proper. They use proper English as opposed to using a lot of slang and a lot of terms that derive from hip hop and rap music and rap culture. So those will be the things that they have in common, as well as worldview, interest in entertainment and music, political views. All of that stuff is often tied into where you grow up. For the majority, you see that that's the split. And where you lived, where you went to school, all of that matters as far as who you date. A lot of black men who date and or marry white women, they were went to a predominantly white school. They went to a predominantly white college, and they, dated their, married their college sweetheart. They date mostly white women because that's where they grew up. And the same thing, we had a word for them. I'm not going to use it because I'm trying to be saved, sanctified, baptized in the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm trying to turn my life over. I wasn't in the hood, but I was hood adjacent. We were literally 2 blocks from the hood. It was weird. It was literally a street where it went from sort of kind of suburbs as you can get for Jersey. Yep. It don't, especially Patterson.
Northern Jersey.
You only get, Northern Jersey. Yes. You only get but so suburbish. So
you got grass.
Yeah, you got grass, bro. Suburbs. So it was literally a line. It was 2 blocks from there. My best friend at the time, he was a white dude. And they had a certain word that they called him. But when I tell you he acted just like everybody else, bro, he acted just like everybody else. He dressed just like everybody else. It did not matter. He grew up there. Everybody knew him. So it wasn't like, oh, he faking. He was like, no, that's
Eminem.
Yeah, they was like, no, that's Mike from down the street. And the people that didn't know him, like when we would go somewhere and they didn't know him, yo, who the white boy? Da, 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 da. Like, nah, bro. Like, I know him, I don't know you.
Right.
Like, if we go down, he gonna go down swinging. You might be the one swinging at us. Yep. We know him, we don't know you. A lot of people get really upset about that, but that's the thing about living in America. There's a lot of mixing, and that's where a lot of that stuff really comes in. It's more personality-based than looks-based. Yes. There are other things and other issues about, the standard of beauty, especially back in the day. That has changed a little. It's a little bit more mixed. They like certain body types and certain facial features and everything, and now it's sort of mixing to make a new amalgamation of the thing. But before, it was a different type that was not us.
He ain't lying.
And that is a truism. But the reality is, back then they didn't have the internet, they didn't have all of this access. You still ended up dating the people that was around you that sort of fit with you. Okay, I just wanted to throw this in there because there's a few points that I wanted to make sure I made in this video. I understand it was a lighthearted video. She really wasn't saying anything negative or anything, right, or even making any type of real point. She was just throwing up a fun video. So, but I did want to throw in a little bit something because, as y'all know, I like to throw a little something in there so that maybe you can walk away with something that you didn't know. So here's the thing: marriage between black men and white women, or as you were saying in the video, from the Caucasian or peach people and the brown people, it's only about 8.5% of marriages from black men to white women. Number 2, men like women who like them. So it's really that easy. They don't have the dating privilege that women have. Nobody's seeking them out usually unless they're, the 8 or 9 Chad type guy. Right. And even then, when the women seek them out, the way they do it is a little bit more subtle. It's not, they don't just walk up to dudes and be like, hey, I want to go date. Well, that is rare. It happens. It happens, but it's rare. It's not often that happens. A lot of times women express interest in more subtle ways. And a lot of times guys don't pick up on it. Men like women who like them as long as they are decent as a woman. Now, you can't just be busted and think that the dude is automatically going to say yes just because you're a woman. Nope. It don't work like that. Guys do have certain standards. You got to wash your butt. Bruh. You got to wash your hair. Okay. You got to put some lotion on your face. Mm-hmm. You got to try to put on at least a little bit of chapstick or something on your lips. Be ashy. You know what? Some women can be ashy. But it would increase your chances if you put on some lotion. You got to dress half decent for your body shape. You get the right bra. Don't be looking like you kneeing up a soccer ball with the boot. Like, I mean, it's like, this is basic maintenance for y'all. Y'all do basic maintenance, and you're nice, regular, peaceful. If you got attitude and all of that, and you difficult, that might cut you out. Some dudes be like negative. Yeah. If you like a 2 or a 3, ain't really nothing I can tell you. I mean, find another 2, 3, or 4 and just rock like that. I'm telling you what it is, not what it should be. Also, we need to understand that we have to make a distinction whether we're talking about dating for sex or dating for marriage. That makes a difference as well. We have a lot more leeway if their guy is just dating to knock boots. Mm-hmm. Dang, I'm old. Anyway, if the guy's somebody knocking the boots, bruh, she didn't have to. She didn't have to sing the song. Anyway, look, it's a different criteria for women that you're just dating, because dating, the way it's done today, a lot of it is just for fun, or it's not intentional and purposeful in the sense that the things that they know that they should be looking for, they don't necessarily think about it when they're in a date. They're just allowing how they feel to dictate how the date goes and everything like that. And if I feel the ick, it's over. And guys have a little bit of ick too. Yep. It usually is tied back to those basic things I was telling you about. If you roll up on them stinking, that'll make somebody have the ick. But dating criteria is way lower because he might just be trying to get some. And you got to be aware of that. So those are a couple of points that I wanted to throw in there. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Yeah. So that's all that was. It was sort of a fun clip. Not too long. Gonna keep it easy, keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, we just gonna throw y'all a little fun one out there. Don't feel bad about the fact that you like the snow bunnies, I guess. It might just be where you was raised at. Maybe.
Let us know your thoughts. If you guys made it this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Turn on your post notifications. All of this is going to help YouTube know that you appreciate what we're putting down. Hey, everybody. Down in the description, there are 2 links.
One is to a GoFundMe, and the other one is to a video that explains what the GoFundMe is for. Long story short, we have a medical situation with our daughter that we have to pay for everything out of pocket, and we can really use you guys' help. Yes. If you have the time, we'd love for you to go check it out. If you have the money, the funds, we'd love for you guys to help. If not, maybe you could send a link to somebody else who can help. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Press the off button.